I am Dina Makinay Abubu.
I am Janeline Panuan.
I am Mary Chris G. Arshaga.
And I am Jamaros Balagot Vasquez.
We are
Your
Future.
Food Technologist.
from Bachelor
of Science.
In Food Technology.
2A.
Even the smallest act of caring for another person is like a drop of water. It will make ripples throughout the entire world. It is like in freezing of water. The more amount of water, the harder it is when it was freeze. It is hard as rock, but it's have a good thing that can help in our everyday life because we need water in our daily needs.
The water activity is a useful tool for monitoring quality product and safety for food in an unfrozen state.
The video is intended to re-educate the people to the relationship or connection of the topic we have chosen, freezing of water in water activity. The samples that will appear will be showcasing the different types of water activity in freezing of different kinds of liquids and additives. Sample 1 is the distilled water, and it is colorless. Water is not usually described as having texture, especially on liquid form. It is flowy. Sample 2 is the top water, looks clear. It is flowy. It has bubbles that are formed and bubbling inside the ice candy plastics. Sample 3, it has a bright orange-yellow color. Sample 4, it has a creamy appearance and thick mixture consistency. The texture is smooth because of milk liquid. The sample 5 it is colorless. The sugar cannot be seen because it is already dissolved by the solvent. Sample 6 there are lumps or clumps in the mixture because of the gelatin. The consistency is smooth and thick. It has a cloudy color or something like a dirty white color. The outcome turns in different ways to become totally form as solids. The sample 1 turns into solid state called ice. It expands as it freezes. You can see a slightly more clear ice. The sample 2 it turns into a solid ice that looks like cloudy or also known as white water. You can still see bubbles trapped inside the frozen top water. The sample 3 it turns into a solid mango juice mixture. The color becomes light. The sample 4 is not totally frozen because of its smoothness. It is easy to slice. It is frozen but not that hard. The sample 5 becomes white. It is frozen but not really hard. The sample is smooth like an ice cream. The sample 6, the other substance settles down. The upper part is color white and looks creamy while the other substance, I guess it is the gelatin that settles down at the bottom. It is color yellow and it has clumps.
So here's the list of observations made from the experiments. If water-flavored liquids and additives is cooled enough through the process, it can change to ice as being solidified. Second, if ice is warm enough, it can change to liquid water. When the temperature changes, the sample melts as fast as it removes from the freezer. Heating a substance makes a molecule move faster so that it results a melting factor that defines how long or short does the sample is stored. Cooling a substance makes the molecule move slower. When it is slower, the effect of the process will present a solid outcome wherein molecules collide and forms.
The freezing point of any substance describes the point for liquid to solid transition. The liquid can be super cold beyond the freezing point so that they don't solidify until below freezing point. The freezing point of water is 0 degrees Celsius. or 32 °F. During freezing and thawing of food, the temperature favors the growth of psychopelic organisms, most of which are spoiled organisms. Hence, in nearly all cases, if a frozen product is mishandled, spoilage is apparent before the food becomes a health hazard. The medium in the bowl freezes at a much lower temperature than water, so it is able to absorb the heat from the ice cream base very quickly. The faster the mixture freezes, the smaller the ice crystal. The agitation from the churn helps that along.
Freezing is the process that causes a substance to change from liquid to a solid.
Freezing occurs when the molecules of liquid slow down enough that their attraction causes them to arrange themselves into fixed position as solid.
Freezing happens when the molecule of a liquid gets so cold that they slow down enough to hook onto each other, forming a solid crystal. For pure water, this happens at 32 °F, and unlike most other solids, ice is sponge and is actually less dense than water.
Life contains different kinds of subjective and objective matters that could lead us to accept the challenges.
The journey will never end. This is just the beginning, like a water that will continue its journey and take another way, even you got its way.
Creativity takes courage, it colors the way to unfold the beauty of life.
Water is life. Nothing is softer or flexible than it is.
We are your future food technologists.
For watching.